We have breaking news coming in at the moment. A New York grand jury on Thursday indicted Donald Trump over hush money payments made to a porn star during his 2016 campaign, making him the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges. Vedant.
That's right, the historic indictment of the 76-year-old Republican who denies all wrongdoing in connection with the payments made ahead of the election. Now, of course, he has issued a very defiant statement saying that it's all political vendetta. However, this is absolutely historic given the fact that it's the first time in the history of U.S. presidential, U.S. presidential history that an ex-president or a sitting president has been charged criminally, Divya.
Absolutely. This is Donald Trump, who is now going to, in fact, append that current presidential race in which Trump hopes to regain office. Trump is expected to appear in court on Tuesday. The former president faces more than 30 counts related to business fraud, according to sources. Trump has slammed the indictment, like Vedant was mentioning, as political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history, and raging against the prosecutors and his Democratic opponents. And he is promising that this is going to backfire as far as President Joe Biden is concerned. And of course, what does this mean for him? What the ramifications is going to have, because he's running for office again, Vedant.
That's right. So, of course, it's going to have wide-ranging political ramifications as well as far as that presidential race is concerned. In fact, Parmeshwar is joining us on the phone line. Okay, we still have time to go to Parmeshwar, but Divya, remember that this is a particularly significant indictment, because as we were discussing, this is going to have wide-ranging political implications in that U.S. presidential race.
Let's talk about the time this really happened. This was back in 2006 in July, when Donald Trump, a real estate tycoon at the time, met this adult film actress Stormy Daniels, and this was during a golf tournament. She was 27 at the time, he was 60. His third wife, Melania, had just given birth to their son Barron about 4 months ago. This is when this happened, and she said that she encountered with Trump in her book. This is called Full Disclosure, which was published back in 2018.
In fact, now, of course, all eyes on when he will be surrendering for arraignment. But now Parmeshwar is joining us on the phone line. Parmeshwar, give us a sense of the case first. Just break it down for our viewers. What are the various aspects of the case, and then go on to talk to us about what are going to be the political implications of this, given the fact that, of course, he's attempted to run again as far as the presidential race is concerned.
Vedant and Divya, before I break down the details for you, I just want to share breaking news coming in. Trump has reacted and responded on the indictment on Truth Social, his platform, saying they only brought this fake, corrupt and disgraceful charge against me because I stand with the American people. We've got a reaction from Trump just about a few seconds ago saying, I cannot get a fair trial in New York. This is the first reaction coming in from Donald Trump on Truth Social. He clearly says they only brought this fake, corrupt and disgraceful charge against me because I stand with the American people, is what he claims. And they know that I cannot get a fair trial in New York, is what the former U.S. president has said on Truth Social as we speak. But the big question now seems to be, can Trump still run for president if he is convicted? Well, the easy answer is yes. There are three things any person needs to be running for president of the United States. First, they have to be a natural-born citizen, which Trump is. They have to be at least 35 years old. We know he ticks that checkbox as well. They have to be a resident of the U.S. for at least 14 years. We all know Trump has that in his bag as well. But his indictment is unprecedented. But running for president from prison also would not be. Because back in 1904, actually, a Socialist Party of America presidential candidate, Eugene Debs, also ran his last POTUS race from prison, from prison. However, he did not win. But Trump can still run for president if he is convicted. However, this indictment is absolutely unprecedented. We've got to know that all NYPD officers will be on duty on Friday, as per initial reports. At the moment, there's been an issue memo to all NYPD officers in order to maintain a clear law and order situation, because, as you know, Trump has been inciting his followers in order to react to this. We obviously don't want the U.S. to see a Capitol riot situation like they did on January 6th 2 years ago. But currently, it's the news coming in with the Trump's reaction on his platform, Truth Social, where he says I cannot get a fair trial in New York.
Parmeshwar, so that's a significant point you are making, that despite his indictment, he can run as far as that US president race is concerned. But also talk to us about, Parmeshwar, about the ramifications, the immediate fallout of this particular indictment, because of course a lot of people have been expecting that there's going to be mass mobilization of Trump supporters, something that you've also been mentioning. What are you hearing as far as that is concerned?
So at the moment, Vedant, because the exact charge of the charges are unknown, because the grand jury indictment was filed under seal, we know it was a top secret situation. We're actually focusing on the felony charge currently of falsifying business records, which, as you know, carries a maximum prison sentence of about 4 years in the United States. As far as we know, when we know the exact charges, and even when Trump and his team know the exact charges, things will be a little clearer. But currently, as far as law enforcement is concerned, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office has made sure all law enforcement is in place in order to sort of prevent any violence, any protests, any rallies being carried out. Currently, everything seems to be sort of calm. Obviously, there's nervousness, there's moral panic, but as far as people descending on the streets is concerned, none of that is happening yet. But this indictment comes in the New York County District Attorney Alvin Bragg's investigation, as you know, into a hush money payment to a porn star, Stormy Daniels, back in 2016 during his presidential campaign. Currently, Trump and his lawyers have been notified of this indictment, and they have called it a political attack. And as I mentioned, he has reacted on Truth Social.